Hello neighbors, it's Brad here at eTrailer, and today we're taking a look and installing the eTrailer trailer hitch receiver on a 2017 Ram 1500. Now if your Ram didn't come with a factory hitch, a lot of times there's going to be a factory bumper beam that allows you to bolt up a hitch that's just this small section here. And that's going to utilize the bumper pole mount, and it makes for a really nice hitch here. It sits perfectly well on the bumper, it just slightly extends from it, and it's a 2" by 2" receiver tube opening. So when it comes to any accessories, whether it be bike racks, ball mounts, or cargo carriers, you're gonna have tons of options available. Now all of those accessories are gonna stay in place with a 5/8 pin and clip, and keep in mind, the hitch does not come with the pin and clip. A lot of times when you pick up accessories, they'll have one included, but if you wanted to leave your accessories on the back of your truck and know that no one's gonna walk away with them, you can look at a locking pin and clip, and we have plenty of options available here at eTrailer. Now if you're doing truck things and you're pulling a trailer, you do have some safety chain loops here. It's a plate style, and it's nice and oval here, so putting a standard S-hook is no problem. Even a larger clevis style with a little bit of angle here, we can get that to pop in place. Now speaking of towing, you're going to want to adhere to the weight capacities of the hitch as well as the vehicle. So check your vehicle's owner's manual to see what it's capable of towing, and then compare it with the numbers on the hitch. And this one, the gross trailer weight rating out the gate is 6,000 pounds, and that's going to be the weight of the trailer plus the accessories loaded. Decent weight capacity there. Your tongue weight rating is going to be 600 pounds, and that's going to be the weight pushed down on the inside of the receiver tube opening. So a lot of your suspended accessories are going to fall into that category. With 600 pounds, if you're putting a bike rack or cargo carrier, you could really load that thing up, and I don't worry too much. Now, you can use a weight distribution hitch on this, and it's going to give you some serious numbers. With a weight distribution hitch, it's going to bump it up to a 10,000 pound gross trailer weight rating and a 1,000 pound tongue weight capacity. And when choosing ball mounts or any accessories, you're going to want to make sure that it sticks out far enough to either hook up to the trailer or stow some of those accessories in their stored position, which is going to be upright. And measuring from the center of the hitch pin to the furthest point of the bumper, it's at 2 inches. The receiver tube opening sticks out further than the bumper, so I don't worry too much that you're going to have any clearance issues, and pretty much any ball mount's going to put it at a good point to where you're going to be able to hook up to your coupler. If you need to determine the rise or drop necessary, we'll measure here from the top of the receiver tube opening to the ground, coming in at 19 inches. So you can get the measurement of the coupler of your trailer and then compare that with the 19 inches and determine the rise or drop necessary to get your trailer nice and level. As far as installation goes, this one is pretty easy to do. It's just 3 bolts, but I will caution you, the top bolt that goes on the top is going to require a pretty heavy duty torque wrench. So that might be something you need to go out and rent or borrow from someone to accomplish that. But other than that, it's a pretty straightforward installation, and I'll walk you through all the steps to make sure you get yours installed. So let's take a look at that. To begin our installation, we're going to head to our bumper, and we're going to have this cap that just kind of protects the hole here where we're going to be putting our hardware, so you can pop that out. And then we'll take our hitch, and there's going to be an open portion here, but there is a little bit of a lip that we need to slide this into. And that should align this hole to where we can put our large bolt in place, and I'm just going to get a few threads started here. Now we also need to get the hardware that goes on the backside here in the bumper beam support through here. That way we can get it all bolted up, and we're going to be using some fish wires to accomplish that. And to accomplish that, we're going to take our fish wires and we're going to have the coiled end. That's where we're going to want to feed in. You may want to put a bend on this so we can head this towards the outside here, because we'll be feeding our hardware through there. So let's put that bend, feed this in, and then push your pull wire until it pops out on the end. And there is going to be some spatter from weld that this may catch on, so just kind of take your time and then make sure you have this pushed through. Now don't pull it all the way through because you're going to need this to pull our hardware in. So what we're going to do here, we have this opening here or on the end, doesn't matter. Take your spacer block, feed that over the coil, and then you're going to take your carriage bolt and thread that onto the coiled end. And then we'll just head back to the end of our pull wire here, pull this through. You have to raise that hitch up a little bit just to kind of get those threads to pull through. And then what you can do is Take your pull wire off. The pressure of the hitch is going to kind of hold this in place for us. But if you need to, what you can do is take your pull wire and just kind of wrap it around some of the threads just to make sure you don't push that back in the frame. You can then take your serrated flange nut and just get this started. And then we're going to just repeat the same process for the other hole. Now with all of our hardware started on our hitch, we are going to want to get this sent down. I'm going to be using a 1/2-inch impact and a 1/2-inch hex drive to accomplish this because the torque setting that we're going to use on the torque wrench is pretty high, so this is going to save us from a lot of that cranking down. So we'll go ahead and get this snugged up. Now we're also going to want to snug these up before torquing them down, and you could snug them up with a ratcheting wrench, but as far as getting a torque wrench on there, the tire is going to be in the way. So we're going to go ahead and get our spare lowered down, just give us that clearance to get those torqued. With our spare tire lowered down, we're going to go ahead and tighten these as well as torque them. The torque settings are going to be found in the instruction manual, and it's going to require a 3/4 inch socket to get this torqued down. Now for our top bolt, this is going to require a pretty heavy torque setting. So a 1/2-inch torque wrench isn't going to cut it. So we have a larger one here. So you may need to see if you can rent one of these from an auto parts store or find someone that works on heavy equipment or larger trucks to accomplish this. So we'll go ahead, we're going to get this torqued down. So with that torque down, we've officially installed our hitch. Now they include a sticker here for this top bolt, and I think that's just to kind of keep any water buildup from occurring at the top of the bolt head. And the cap does still go back in place here. So with that, all that's left to do, get your spare tire raised back up, load up your hitch, and hit the road. And that was a look and installation of the eTrailer trailer hitch receiver on a 2017 Ram 1500.